I just want to ask by a show of hands, how many of you are seeing this presentation tonight for the first time? Just raise your hand. Awesome, awesome. Then tonight's really for you. Is that all right? The first time I saw this presentation was 26 months ago. 26 months ago, somebody tricked me into coming to see this presentation. And it was November 14th of 2011. It was cold, it was dark, it was raining, I was tired, I was moody, I was hungry. Can anybody relate so far? Right? When I came in, they took me to somebody's house, right? They didn't tell me I was going to see a presentation. My friend said, I want you to meet somebody. That's all he said. So I get there and we go into the basement of somebody's house and I go all the way to the back of the room. I sat where, Miss, what's your name right there? What's your name? Beverly. Put your hand up high. Everybody see Beverly? That's where I sat when I got into this person's house. And I'm telling you, when I sat there, I crossed my legs. Y'all know the power leg cross? The one that says you're important? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? The leg cross. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, and then I crossed my arms, right? And I crossed my arms because I was angry and I wasn't going to fake it, right? I wanted somebody to ask me something that night, anything, and I was going to let them have it. I was going to explode. I was going to make them regret the fact that they invited me to this meeting. Can anybody relate? Awesome. So I'm here in the meeting, and something changed my mind about this business, right? I got in, yes. And what made me get into this business was on that night that I saw this presentation, the person who was giving the presentation was a barber with a high school diploma. He had been in this business for 3 years, and he was doubling my attorney income. And he said the word business. And immediately after being a lawyer for 16 years, working for BET, Viacom, the county, and everybody else, my legal analysis boiled down to this. Are you ready? Is it legal? Is it ethical? And will somebody teach it to me? That was it. All of my years of legal going to learning books and trial practice boiled down to those 3 questions. Legal, ethical, and will somebody teach me? So let me share with you what this business is about, and I'll give you a quick preview, right? Because y'all are used to going to movies and watching the preview, the trailer. Here's the trailer, and then I'll get into the movie. In this business, we work with a bunch of Fortune 500 companies. You ever heard of Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, Wells Fargo, Dish, DirecTV, and about 8 other companies? We work with them, and we help them acquire customers. What do? That's it. We help them acquire customers, and they pay us a small commission, y'all. 50 cents to $2 a month on average, right? Not a lot of money, right? But they pay us that money for the lifetime of the customer. As long as the customer is going to pay their bill, they keep paying us, right? And you say to yourself, well, why would the customer go to you if they could go directly to AT&T or Verizon? Am I right? Well, the customers come to us because they get a little discount. Right? Just like y'all, if y'all go to eBay or Amazon, you're going to put in that promo code, right? So you can get 5% off of shipping and handling. Am I right? Am I making sense? Right? So in this business, each one of us get a rep ID number, and that becomes a coupon to you. So if you're going to get DirecTV and you get it from me, you use my coupon, you're going to get it at 50% off. Are you with me? So everybody here is a coupon. Y'all are looking at a living coupon. How about that? Right? So I've been in the business for 26 months. I have well over 30,000 customers that I get paid on every month. Is that okay? Now's a good time to clap. Somebody doing the math, right? So that's why I shut down a 16-year law practice. I'm retired, and I ain't in nobody's walker or stroller or scooter. How about that? Right? I retired because of income instead of age. Who liked that problem? Right? So let me share with you this information. Everybody relax. I'm not going to sell you nothing. I don't have no shopping cart full of gadgets and widgets. Y'all keep your checkbooks in your pocket. But I do want you to keep an open mind and give me your undivided attention. Fair enough? Awesome. So here we go. The company is called 5 Links. What's the name of the company? 5 Links, right? And let me tell you about the company. We were founded in 2001, so we're not on trial. We're not a startup company. Right? We're going through all the bumps and bruises of building and growing, and you guys are at the right place at the right time. Our co-founders have over 60 years of experience collectively. We've been featured in the Inc. magazine. The Inc. magazine lists the top 500 and also the top 5,000 privately held companies in all of North America. We've been in that magazine 8 years in a row. Now, that may not mean anything to you until I tell you there are 27.5 million privately held companies in North America. We're above the top 1%. So we're doing all right, yes? Awesome. Over the last 4 years, we've been in that group as well. We had over 800% growth. And we built a new 50,000 square foot world headquarters in Rochester, New York. So while everybody else is shutting down their offices and laying people off, we're building. A brand new building bigger than a Costco's. Is that all right? And we do all of that because of one simple motto: representatives come first. How many of y'all here feel like you come first on your job? Raise your hand. Nobody? Listen, this is my 1,542nd time I've done this presentation. And only 6 people have ever raised their hand. And those 6 people were who? The boss. Right? And if you ain't the boss, you ain't coming first. Right? The customer comes first. The janitor comes first. Anybody come first but you. Right? I say put yourself in a business where you come first. Okay? Now, the reason we love 5 Links is because it gives us all a plan B. Right? It gives us freedom. Anybody need some financial freedom? Right? Some of y'all saying, what's that? That means that you ain't got to duck the phone when it rings. Right? Check the caller ID or start saying stuff in Spanish like, she no here. You ain't got to do that. Right? Your bills are covered. Right? You get to be your own boss, be debt free, have money for your children's college fund, and have money for charity. Right? Anybody ever go to your church and wish you could put double tithe in? Anybody ever wish that? Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to be real. I've had days when I've been at church and the offering plate come by and the little kid next to me got more money to put in than me. Anybody ever had that happen? Right? Only one person honest. Me and you, Ron. Me and you. Everybody else is big ballers here. All right? Some of you have never met me before. You never heard of the company before. So let me give you some third-party credibility. Is that all right? That magazine that we've been featured in lately, it's in Barnes & Noble. So if y'all decide to go tomorrow, we're there. It's called Success from Home. It's a periodical that they research you before they let you in. Right? They get a team of researchers because they want to make sure you're legit, that you're not a fraud, that you're not a pyramid, that you're not a scam or a scheme. Are y'all with me? We're in that magazine this month. Go to any Barnes & Nobles, flip it open. We're there. Right? They even let me in the magazine, Dame. I'm on page 37. Right? We've also been featured in the Direct Seller News. Now, the Direct Seller News lists all of the top companies in network marketing around the world. Right? As of last year, we were number 77 out of all of the companies that do what we do around the world. Is that all right? Awesome. We're also the number 1 company in Rochester, New York. Right? We beat out a little company called Kodak. Ever heard of them? Right? Are we doing all right so far? Yes. Awesome. Now, I love this direct selling business that we're in. Some of y'all never heard of direct selling. Right? You never heard of direct selling. You never heard of network marketing. Am I right? Raise your hand. Right? Y'all can act like you do know about it, but I didn't know about it. Right? I've been a lawyer for all these years. I went to school for 22 years. I got more degrees than 2 thermometers. And when I thought about network marketing, I thought about the squeegee guy. Y'all know the squeegee guy? The guy who comes to clean your window, and he uses the dirty squeegee, and he dips it in dirty water, and your window is dirtier when he finishes than when he started. Y'all know what I'm talking about? That's what I thought about when I thought about this business, until I did my research. Until I did my research. And I found that this industry that we're in has created more millionaires than all of sports, all of Hollywood, all of the entertainment industries. It's even created more millionaires than all of the Fortune 500 companies combined. That's the industry I'm sharing with you tonight. Right? So look at some of the industries that you know and compare it to mine. You heard about the movie industry? Yes? Last year, the movie industry did $10.8 billion. That's not bad. Right? The music industry did $16.6 billion last year. The NFL, right? Super Bowl was coming right around the corner. They did 9.5. If you combine all of those industries together, you're looking at $37 billion. Look what we did last year. Is that all right? Who's doing better? Right? The system that pays me is more reliable than your job. Right? Because when the government shut down, people still pay for their cell phones. They still pay for their internet, their cable, their gas, their electricity. Are y'all with me? So y'all, while y'all was shaking, I was getting paid. Right? So let's take a look at it. They say you got to be at the right time and at the right place to make money. You ever heard that? It's a lie. You don't just have to be at the right time and at the right place. You got to take action. Everybody turn to your neighbor and say, take action. Right? Because it don't matter, sis. If I handed you 5,000 shares of Google and I told you it's $1 and you don't whip out $1, you don't miss the opportunity. Am I right? Time after time, people get opportunities and we pass them over. And that's why we poor. Poor stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. Repeatedly. And that's what some of y'all do. Right? So take a look at this. In the 1980s, we had the PC industry. The mid-1980s, long distance got deregulated. We had cell phones as well, came out, right? The internet in the 1990s, voice over IP in the 2000s, and video apps in the 2010s. Look what we have now. We have energy. Energy, right? We have text marketing, healthcare, and wellness. Those are all multi-billion-dollar industries. Wellness is a trillion-dollar industry. I am part of a trillion-dollar industry. How many pieces of a trillion-dollar pie do you need, bro, to be financially free? How many slices do you need? 10 slices? Bro, all I got to do is stick my knife in. I'm good to go. $1 trillion. That's what I'm swimming in, right? So take a look at it. We're in all of these industries, y'all. 5LINX does energy, and energy is a $500 billion industry, and 22 states in the U.S. are deregulated. You can choose your own gas and energy provider, save some money on it, and get a commission. Now, the commission ain't that great, y'all. 50 cents to $2. I told you that. But imagine signing up everybody on your block. What about everybody in your zip code? What about everybody in your city? Because that's what my business is starting to look like. Is that all right? Now, we also do security systems. We do voice over IP. We do high-speed internet with all of the carriers. And we do mobile phones and services. Is that okay? Now look at this one. Texting. Most of y'all here don't check your email, right? You got emails, you let them sit for months, some of y'all for years, right? But you check your text messages every 7 minutes. Every single one of y'all. Some of y'all texting right now while I'm talking. Right? Texting is a $48 billion industry just in the U.S. We get paid on that, y'all. If you want to see how it works, go to your phone and text 5LINX to 55469. It'll show you how it works. Right? Do it when I'm finished. Do it when I'm finished. Right? But that's one of the ways we get paid. We also get paid on alternatives to health care. Right? Everybody here knows somebody who has no health care. Am I right? We make sure that everybody has access to a doctor or a nurse. We don't care if you got some pre-existing condition. We don't care about your deductible. We make it affordable. Right? 44 million people in the U.S. are uninsured. Everybody in this room knows at least one person who is uninsured. Am I right? Somebody who got dropped from somebody's plan. And even though we got Obamacare, it's got high deductibles. Right? So you know you got some condition, sis. You don't know what it is. You got a condition. You're coughing, you're wheezing, you can't sleep, coughing, you know, the NyQuil commercial. Right? And you know what you need. You just want to call a doctor. Describe your symptoms, let him triage you, and let you go to any Sam's Club and Walmart and pick up your medicine. Is anybody excited about that? That's what we do, and we get paid on it. Right? We also have our own tablet, y'all. We got our own tablet. It's just like iPad. Right? Anybody here got an iPad? Right? What's the one downside to the iPad? Y'all know? It runs out of memory. Y'all know that, don't you? Some of y'all got the 8 gig iPad. That's the low-end one. Some of y'all got the 16 gig iPad. And what happens when you get to 17 gigs? It stops. Right? So we got something that's called a Velocity tablet. We use an Android system created by Google. Right? And we never run out of memory. We got memory cards. Right? When we finish, we unload it, put it on our computer, and we keep it moving. Anybody like that? Awesome. 4 y'all. Wonderful. We got a bunch of other products. We do satellite TV, and we got a charger. We got an 8-hour charger, and it also serves as a wireless speakerphone. So some of y'all are sitting here with dead phones right now. You guys can use that, right? Now this is the big killer right here. It's called Montevida. What did I say? Montevida. I feel like Ricardo Montalban. Smiles, everyone. Smiles. So we got this new coffee out. It's called Montevida, and it tastes good. I could start there, right? But it has something called MCT oil, right? And MCT oil, according to Dr. Oz, y'all seen Dr. Oz before, and y'all know he does not promote anybody's products, yes? So we didn't pay him, but if you go to Google and put in Dr. Oz MCT oil, it's going to say this MCT oil helps you lose weight. Anybody here want to lose weight? Don't raise your hand. Look at it. Hands shot up everywhere. People didn't raise their hand for nothing. I said you want to lose weight. Girl in the back doing this, right? It has appetite suppression, and it helps you absorb essential nutrients. We also got something called Ramon seeds, right? And these seeds contain protein, fiber, minerals, powerful antioxidants, vitamins A, B, C, and E, right? All that's in your coffee, and it tastes good. Now, I ain't a big coffee drinker. I'm working my way up to it. I went and got myself some coffee filters, right? My wife said, how you going to get coffee filters and you don't drink coffee? I said, honey, I'm working my way into it. But here's the deal. I don't have to drink coffee to make money on it, right? Warren Buffett says that if you do something that you like, it's a hobby. But if you do something that the world likes, it's a business, right? Coffee is the drink other than water that most people wake up to every morning. Get paid on it. How about that? Awesome. Awesome. I plan on getting paid on it, right? We got some other products soon to come. Now, this is how we make money, right? In this business, we get into the business and we get 10 customer points. How many? 10. When I got into this business, that took me 4 days. 10 customer points. Not 10 people, but 10 services. Each service is worth at least 1 point. Is that all right? So when I got in, I switched over my internet, my cable, my cell phone. I had a few cell phones in my house. I called my mama. I said, Ma, I need you to try some of my products. What did my mother say? Yes, sugar. Right? That's how that went down. My mother decided to try some of my services, and then I called my sister. Right? Knew my sister for 30 plus years. I figured she owed me a favor. Right? Try some of this stuff. Listen, y'all, I'm not a salesman. I'm not a what? Listen, I'm just like y'all. I don't want to sell nobody nothing. I ain't no car salesman. I don't want to deal with Kirby's, blenders, knives, none of that. But here's the deal. I could talk to my mama, my sister, myself. Can y'all handle that? Those are the people who I talk to get my 10 customer points, right? And then I introduced the business to 2 people. 2 people. Called up my other sister and I told her, get in. What did I tell her? Get in. I was acting like Noah and I had the ark wide open. Get in, right? And then I took my wife's credit card and I put her in, right? We took a vow to death do us part, to better, for worse, etc. And I knew I had a real chance to become successful in this business. And if I wanted to be successful, who more did I want to be successful with than my wife? Right? So let's build it together. So my sister and my wife get in and the company paid me $500. Can anybody use $500 today? Right? Awesome. So what I love about this business is we get a chance to build. I heard somebody say to me one day, they said, Thomas, the only people who make money are the people at the top. Y'all with me? Guess who's at the top the day you get in? You. The day I got into this business, I was the CEO, the CFO, I was the CLO, that's the Chief Life Officer, right? Responsible for me. I started at the top, y'all, right? On your job, none of y'all here at the top, none of y'all, right? Because when I said, if you're the boss, raise your hand, no hands went up. The day you sign your app, you are the boss, right? And then there's the president, right? Introduce 3 other people who wanted to be important, introduce them to the business, right? They introduced some more people to the business, and it grew. It grew, y'all. When I looked at this slide 26 months ago, I said, this is ridiculous. There's no way that I'm ever going to have this number of people on my team. Are y'all with me? Because I only signed up 6, wound up being 1. And here we are 26 months later, I have approximately 7,000 plus reps on my team. Is that all right? I signed up 6. This is a business of duplication. It's a business of what? Every single one of y'all can learn to duplicate yourselves in this business. Trust me, your boss does it, right? Because while you scrambling to work at 9:01, he coming in at 11:30 whistling Dixie. Because he's done duplicated himself with you. Okay? So we teach you how to duplicate yourself in this business, and you get something called leverage. Leverage. Right? And that's how rich people get rich. Leverage. Right? Y'all exchanging time for money. They don't exchange time for money. Right? They use leverage. Okay? Now, when you get into this business, I built a team of 20 people. Each one of those 20 people got 20 billing customers. they were paying follow the leader. Right? Y'all ever heard of this rapper called Ludacris? He says, when I move, just like that. Right? So they got 20 billion customers. They wanted to be like me. And each one got an average commission of 50 cents. And that resulted in $200 a month. Can anybody here get excited about $200 a month? Great. It's not a lot of money, I know. But if I drop 2 crispy $100 bills right here on the floor, and I turn around and play my favorite game, red light, green light, 1, 2, 3, they be what? Gone. Right? Because $200 is still what? $200. But watch what happens with leverage, y'all. In 45 days of me being in this business, the 20 turned into 200. Right? I'm not superhuman. I just found some other people who wanted a little bit more out of life. They were overworked, underpaid, and looking for an opportunity. Anybody know a few people like that? Yes? So I introduced the business to them, and they grew. Each one of them got 20 billion customers. At an average commission of 50 cents, I was looking at $2,000 a month. Can anybody get excited about that? Awesome. $2,000 a month will change somebody's zip code in this room. Some of y'all deserve a vacation. And there's nothing better than $2,000 a month coming in on autopilot. You ain't got to fight traffic. They pay me this money, sis, because somebody's going to pay for their cell phone. Somebody's going to pay for their internet. Somebody's going to pay for their cable. And as a result, I get a check every Friday. Is everybody okay with that? Awesome. But guess what happens? There's no limit to the number of people you can put on your team. There's no limit. It's limitless. Right? So maybe some people here have 2,000 people on their team. Right? Some people got 7,000 people on their team. Some got 10,000 people on their team. Do the math. There is no limit, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. Is that all right? Awesome. Now, we also get paid as people come into our book of business. It's like a franchise fee, right? If you want to cross my bridge, you got to pay the toll. And depending on where you are in the business, the toll goes up. I like that, right? So at this position here, it's called National Director. For everybody who comes in your book of business, the minimum they're going to pay you is $55. But listen, if you work your own businesses, if you invite people in and you sign them up yourself, they're going to pay you the number on the top, that $140. I don't know about you, but I like the numbers on the top a lot better. Is that all right? So I hit this position in about 2 weeks of being in the business. And at this position, the next one called Senior Vice President, I shut down my law practice of 16 years. Income was that serious. Anybody here can do it. The next position is called Platinum Senior Vice President. And that's a great position. You know which one I like the best? The one at the end. The one with the rack of cash and an arrow going up. Anybody else like that position? Raise your hand. Awesome. Right? Now, in addition to the money that they pay us, we get some benefits. We get some what? Turn to your neighbor and ask your neighbor if they like benefits. Say, neighbor, do you like benefits? And the answer you should have got back was what? Yes! Who don't like some benefits, right? These are our benefits. Y'all can act unexcited if you want. Right? So when you hit Senior Vice President, that's the very first position where we get some serious benefits. We get 5,000 shares of stock, right? Stock options. And what I'm telling you guys is that we've been on the Inc. 500 list for 8 years in a row. The Inc. magazine. And each of us here, sooner or later, this company is going to go public. It's going to be like Google all over again. And I try to tell people, get in position. Get in position to benefit from this company. Right? You get a BMW payment every single month of up to $800 a month. Can anybody get excited about that? Right? There is a small catch. It has to be silver. Everybody okay with silver? I'm okay with silver too. Silver and free is good for me. I didn't care if mine was pink and polka dot with yellow ribbons. Y'all with me? We get a Global Links bonus. That's a voice over IP bonus for everybody who gets on our Global Links service. We get an annual vacation. Last year we went to the Cayman Islands. This year we're going on 2 trips. One, we go into La Fontainebleau in Miami as a Senior Vice President. And if you're a platinum in this company, they're also going to send you to Greece and to Turkey. Is that all right? And listen, some of y'all I know have traveled the world, but it's nothing like traveling for free, bro, on somebody else's dime. Not just you, your significant other. and everything they do is first class. They wouldn't even let me tip. How about that? Right? And lastly, we get an expense account every month of up to $1,500 a month. So I ain't no shucking and jiving and going to somebody's secretary and ask her to approve some receipt. How about that? Right? I know some of y'all government people are used to that. Begging the gatekeeper to approve your receipt. Right? Now, turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, it gets better. It does get better. So, at the next position, it's called Platinum Senior Vice President. And the first thing that you get is $4,000 a month towards the Bentley of your choice. Y'all all sitting here like you got one. I'm going to be honest with you. Before I got into this business, I was driving a Honda Odyssey minivan. Drove one for years, y'all. And it wasn't that I couldn't afford something better, but I wasn't going to be pretentious and get a car that was going to be hurting me to impress my broke neighbors. Are y'all with me? But I could get into something for free, right? So I hit this position on March 30th. On April 2nd, they deliver a brand new $200,000+ car to my house. Is that all right? I'm excited. Some days when I give this presentation, people say I get religious. I do. I get religious when I do this presentation. Because when you get something you don't deserve, it's called grace. Right? And I'm just grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And every night when I give this presentation, I'm praying to God that one of you guys can get something that you can say, hey, I didn't deserve this. Right? Because all these years working as a lawyer, I never got one of these. Right? I'm grateful, and I just wanted to share the gift with you. What good is a gift if you can't share it? Is that all right? Awesome. So in addition to that, we get something called a platinum bonus pool check. A platinum bonus pool check. What the company does is the company takes a portion of all of the profits of everything sold and it splits them with the platinums once a year. Right? And it's funny to go from watching the presentation to being a part of it. This year, I got my first platinum pool check, and I wasn't even a platinum for a full year, y'all. Are you with me? Wasn't even one for a full year. And they gave me a bonus check last week for $56,000. I'm grateful, right? You get another 5,000 shares of stock options. So now you have 10,000 shares of stock in this Inc. 500 company. They give you a ring with 65 diamonds in it. It looks like a Super Bowl ring. Bam. Right? But you don't have to get tackled. Right? Is that all right? And ladies, we don't leave you out. You get a pendant with 65 diamonds. And last time I checked, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yes or yes? Yes. Awesome. Now watch this. This is the position that everybody in this company is running for. Nobody has hit it yet. Are y'all with me? I want to hit it first. It's called diamond. And when you hit diamond, the first thing that they do is give you a $300,000 upfront bonus for hitting the position. Is that all right? Awesome. I'm excited. And then they give you a $10,000 a month lifestyle bonus for life. How about that? They want you to dress a certain way, look a certain way, live in a certain kind of house. And I'm okay with that. I can get used to being spoiled. Anybody else? Awesome. All right, so we're all running for diamond. And I'm just grateful to be in this business and have a chance to run for it. Now, you can come into this business under two positions. You can come in as a customer rep. It is $99. Right? It is a small investment, I think, yes? I wouldn't recommend that as the position for those of you who want leverage. Me, I came in for leverage. As a customer rep, you get paid for what you actually do. You don't get paid for what your team does. Are you with me? So if you want to be a super salesman, go customer rep. Me, I got 26 customer points, right? I wanted leverage. I wanted to get paid like Warren Buffett, right? And I came in as an independent marketing rep. It was $249. And you just got to say to yourself, do you want all of the money or some of the money? What do you want? All, right? So you got 5 links, products and services, websites, future services, and a bunch of bonuses. Now, when you first get in, we all want to get a quick start bonus. We want to get our money back immediately, right? Come on now, y'all. You open up a business, the minute you can, you want to be made whole. And we understand that. So we give you a quick start bonus so everybody who gets into this business and makes a small investment can be made whole, right? So this is you. You get in the business, you get 10 customer points. You introduce the business to 2 people. Raise your hand if you know 2 people. Cool. Everybody except one guy knows 2 people, right? And those 2 people get 4 customer points. They're going to pay you $500. So you don't made back your money. Is that all right? Doubled your investment. And then what we do when we get you in this business is we give you training and support. It's not like we get you into this business and go rah, 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 sis, boom, bah, go get him, tiger. We're going to train you, right? And I got to be honest, y'all. I went to school for 22 years. I learned more about how to become rich and wealthy in this business in 9 hours of training than I did in 22 years. Can y'all stomach 9 hours of training, right? They give you videos to watch. It's just like watching a YouTube video. It'll take you 3 hours to watch them. I tell the team, do it 3 times. That's 9 hours. I think it's worth the investment, all right? So do the training. We have local, regional, and international training events. And our next one is in Atlantic City, right? I expect all of you guys to go. Get there, right? Get there because you're going to see people who look like you who are very successful in this business. We are creatures of imitation. Most of us will succeed because we see others who look like us being successful. Let me give you an example. Y'all ever see a duck? You ever see a baby duck? They walk like this. Anybody know why a baby duck walks like this? You want me to tell you why? Because their mama walks like this. Right? We're just like ducks. We're creatures of imitation. And some of you have got to see people who look like you being successful. So I'm telling you, go to a national event. At our last national event, we had a lot of trainers there. I was one. And we had Robert Kiyosaki come, and he was the trainer for our last event. At our next event that we're having in May, Tony Robbins, anybody heard of him? He's going to be one of the trainers at our event. And I'm just telling you guys, make plans to be there, okay? Everybody gets a personal website as soon as you get into the business. I told you about 5 Links University. That's where we get our training. And we get business reporting. That keeps track of everything that we make in this business. Now, here's your application, right? And I tell everybody, don't ever say you didn't have an opportunity to be successful. There's an application. Don't leave here today without knowing how to get into this business. Is that all right? You put your name, your address, and your information in here. All of us get something called Platinum Services. Platinum Services runs our business. It's like a secretary who never complains, she's never late, and she never asks for a raise. Or should I say him, so I'm not sexist. Is that all right? Right? It's $49 a month. Can we stomach that? It is tax deductible. Everybody here needs a tax write-off. Right? You do know this, yes? Get into the business, talk to your tax professional, and they'll tell you, good job. All right? Get a home-based business, get a tax write-off. Come in as an independent marketing rep, sign in date, and get enrolled. I want to do a quick start training because I want to make sure that everybody who comes into this business knows exactly what to do to be successful. Is that all right? And what I expect all of you to do is when you start people in this business, that you give them the same training I'm giving to you. Is that fair? All right, so watch this. When you get into this business, we only do 2 things, right? We help people make money, and we help people save money. That's it, nothing else, right? So what do I mean when I say I help people save money? If you were my friend from high school, right, and I don't went to your wedding, and your baby blessing, and your grandma's funeral, and you're getting a cell phone, who should you get it from? From me. If my granny is going to get Comcast, who should she get it from? Me. It's a no-brainer, y'all. Don't overthink it. Nobody's asking you to beat the street, knock on doors, or any of that kind of stuff. Just go to people who you know, people who are in your circle, people who come to your house and open the fridge without permission. Talk to them, right? Ask them to become your customer. The next thing is help people make money. So if anybody ever asked to borrow money from you in the last year, you call them first, right? And then you call your neighbors who got 2 Mercedes, right? Because people who got money want what? More money, right? So everybody's included when you start talking about this business. When you get into this business, if you want to make money, you got to be qualified. You got to be what? Qualified. You got to be what? Qualified. Qualification is important. Don't say I didn't tell you. Right? To be qualified in this business, you only need 4 customer points. How many? 4. When you get Platinum Services, sis, that's 3 customer points. You only need 1 more. That's easy math, y'all. You only need 1 more. Right? You can get that 1 more customer point from any one of the additional customer services. Right? We recommend you get one from Global Links. That's the primary way that we all get that one additional point from one of our Global Links products. But let's just say you wanted to do it a different way. You can get 8 customer points from any combination of our services to be qualified. Is that all right? Now, we got a little cheat sheet here that tells you which products give you what number of points. Y'all see that? So just go over the sheet. Now, this is you. You get into business, you get 10 customer points. You want to do that in your first 30 days. Introduce the business to 2 people, right? Now, once those 2 people get 4 customer points and they're qualified, the company is going to pay you $500. Everybody with me? It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Now watch this. If you help the 2 people that you bring into the business, if you help them introduce the business to 2 people and get those people qualified, the company will give you your second bonus, right? So these are the first 2 people I introduced to the business, my sister and my wife. I helped each one of them introduce it to 2 people, business of duplication. I put one more person in the business and they paid me another $1,000. So I was at $1,500 in my first 60 days. Is that okay? Awesome. Now watch this. When I got into the business, the guy who introduced it to me told me to make a list of 200 people. Is everybody okay with that? And when I sat there, I had a hard time thinking of 200 people. So I did it in some creative ways. Would you guys like to know the creative ways that I built my list? Yes. I started out by going through my cell phone. I literally went through my cell phone and I text every single person on my phone, whether I knew them or not. I figured, Clarence, if they were in my cell phone, they were my real estate, I own them, I was going to reach out to them. Okay? I did that today. I do it every day. It's a text message. Hey, this is Thomas Felder. I found a great work from home business. Take a look at this website. If you like what you see, get back to me. I use the website, right? The website that I used for me was 5 Links Wealth. www.5links, the number 5, L-I-N-X, Wealth, W-E-A-L-T-H. You can use any combination of websites in this business. We have one called www.5linkspresentation.com. So any one of those sites, use those and shoot your information out. I emailed everybody in my inbox. Are you with me? I Facebooked every friend that I ever went to high school with. I literally took my elementary yearbook, I put it on the table, put my high school yearbook on the table, my college yearbook on the table, my law school book on the table, and I went through night after night, 2 hours every night, and I inboxed everybody I knew. Is that all right? Awesome. As a result of doing that, I would probably say close to 600 people came into my team. Is that all right? Awesome. So, yeah, make a list, but be creative. Be creative. Use social media in addition to calling people. I call people too. I like that. Right? Get back with the person who introduced you to this business. Whoever invited you out tonight, whoever said to you, look at this video, get back with them. Say, hey, what do I need to do to get started? Is that all right? Now, tonight, there are 3 types of people in the room, yes? The first type of person says, Thomas, I'm not interested. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Right? And I understand that. I know some of y'all don't want additional money. Some of y'all are content where you are. And some of y'all won't look for an additional stream of income until you get laid off or until you're retired and find out that retirement is not enough to pay all your bills. Whenever you reach that point, I say give one of us a call. But in the meantime, become a customer. It only makes sense. Sow a seed into somebody's life and save money on a bill that you're paying anyway. Everybody say anyway. Does that make sense? Awesome. The second type of person who's here tonight, you might have some questions. If you got questions, get your questions answered. I'm going to stay behind tonight and answer every question until y'all are blue in the face. Is that all right? This is a learn as you earn business. A lot of y'all been at your jobs for years and still don't know what y'all doing, but getting paid every single month. Is that all right? You will learn everything you need to in this business. I promise you, y'all, I am still learning this business. Is that okay? The third type of person who's here tonight, you saying to yourself, man, this dude been talking for 30 minutes longer than what he needs to. Here's my credit card. How do I get started? If that's you, let's get started. Let's run with a sense of urgency. Is that okay? Now, I can only imagine 3 reasons why somebody would not get into this business. Only 3. The first reason I can imagine somebody saying, you know, I got a hesitation is I don't understand. I don't understand this business of network marketing. Well, It's just like you going to the supermarket and getting groceries. But now, instead of going to Walmart, you go into your cousin, and he going to sell you 6 apples and keep the difference. Is that all right? That's all it is. And in this business, we get a chance to be part of a process and help people save some money and make money at the same time. If you can understand that, I say get in. Right? You understand the products. You all here know what a cell phone is. Nobody got to introduce you to the internet. Nobody got to explain to you what cable is. And all of y'all are drinking coffee. Is that all right? So we got that. The second reason somebody might not get in is time. T-I-M-E. Right? Is there somebody here tonight who feels like you don't have enough time to do this business? Raise your hand. All right, cool. I'll raise my hand for the guy who ain't got time to raise his. Is that all right? When I got into this business, I had a law office, a title company, 2 restaurants, 13 properties, 3 kids, and a wife. I had no what? No time. I was time poor, y'all. I was strapped. Right? You guys all know a lot of people who are making good money, but they broke on time, right? When I got into this business, I committed 2 real hours every single day to build my business until I was making more money doing this than I was doing as a lawyer. Are you with me? And at that point, I pivoted and I decided to do this full time. Is that all right? Sometimes you got to give a little bit more to get more. Is that all right? And who doesn't have time for that? Right? And the last reason somebody might not get in is money. M-O-N-E-Y. I would ask y'all to raise your hands if money is an issue, but I'm concerned too many hands might go up. Right? So let me just say this. If I told everybody here you can have my Bentley for $249, you need to have the money tomorrow, who here could not come up with $249? We could all do it, couldn't we? All it says is that we value a car more than we value our future. That's all it says. It's priorities. Our priorities are twisted. Me, it was more important to me to build a business that my kids cannot have to worry about going to college, that my wife can come home. Y'all with me? So as I end this presentation, let's just make believe I'm Noah. Who am I? And I open the doors to the, and I say to everybody here, I say, listen, y'all, it's $249 to get on the ark. Are you with me? And I say to you, do you have the $249? Is the real question we have, how much will it cost you if you do? Is that the real question? What will it cost you? Or is the real question, how much will it cost you if you what? If you don't. Listen, guys, that's my time. My name is Thomas Felder, Platinum Senior Vice President for incredible team TNT for 5 Links. Give yourselves a hand.